What's going on, everybody? This is Kenny Cams, and this is the news we need to know. So, for today's topic, I wanted to talk about something that has been on my mind a lot lately, and it's how bad Black Americans are actually doing in this country. So, it's a group of Black people that are the college educated Black class, the one that's on TV, the one that have the office jobs, and the ones that don't have a lot of interactions with everyday Black people. So they don't live in the hood. They don't do that. They are so disconnected from what's actually happening in the Black community, I realize. And also, they minimize what's actually happening in the Black community because they want to look good to the white people. And that's the part that I despise, because I'm okay for everybody doing well, but don't do well at the expense of your fellow man. And that's what a lot of these people are doing. A lot of the celebrities that we have in the Black culture, Kwame Brown talks about this a lot. They're not allowed to help us, y'all. In their contract, they're not allowed to help Black people. That's how rigged this game really is. So I want to just give and y'all can look into that yourselves. Like, I've seen these contracts. They're not allowed to give money to causes that help Black people. What does that what does that say to y'all? And these are black millionaires that cannot give to this. What does that say to y'all? Like, what is that? Like, I want to put in context. What does that really mean? And really have people think about that. What does that really mean that we have Black millionaires that are not allowed to give money back to their communities? What does that really mean? So I wanted to go over I'm just going to go over straight statistics. I'm not going to put any context to them. I'm not going to put any like extra to it. We're just going to go straight statistics. So incarceration rates, we'll start there because I think that is the key and the big one to all of this. So we're going to start for Asian women. Their incarceration rate is 8 per 100,000. Asian men, 85 per 100,000. White women, 20 per 100,000. White men, 275 per 100,000. African American women, 107 per 100,000. African American men, 1,608 per 100,000. Two-parent households. Asian children, 81%. White children, 74%. African American children, 37%. Educational attainment. High school graduation rates. Asians, 93%. White, 90%. African Americans, 79%. Bachelor's degree attainment. Asian women, 60%. Asian men, 63%. White men, 46%. White women, 36%. African American women, 31%. African American men, 20%. Let's go income and wealth. Median net worth for an Asian family, $168,000. Median net worth for a white family, $188,000. Median net worth for African American family, $24,000. Median household income for Asians, $94,903. White, $74,580. African Americans, $46,000. Household income. Let's go employment and job opportunities. The unemployment rate in Asians, 3.1%. Unemployment rate with whites, 3.2%. Unemployment rate with African Americans, 5.8%. Median weekly earnings. This is from 2023. Asian, 1,292. Whites, 1,025. Blacks, $830. Let's go healthcare and healthcare access. Asian, the uninsured rate, 7.4%. White, 5.5%. And African American, 9.5%. Let's go to prevalence of chronic conditions. Hypertension, 4.1 or 41% in African Americans, 33% in whites. Let's go diabetes, 13% in African Americans, 8% in whites. Let's go housing. Home ownership rates. Asians, 60%. Whites, 74.5. African Americans, 44.8. Housing units with significant physical problems. So this means a broke down house. Asian, 7%. White, 10%. African American, 18%. I gave those numbers so all of the snooty academics can see what's real life. Your situation does not reflect the situation of the majority of people that look like you. If you're poo-pooing this, or you're like, oh, no, he's just talking, you're an evil person because you're swimming and looking back and watching the rest of the people around you drown. And you're grabbing onto the boat and you're saying that the people driving the boat are racist so that the people that aren't on the boat don't get on the boat. We see what y'all doing. Like, that's the thing that I've noticed with opportunities, with people, in general in the black community. They really, truly believe only one of us can make it. When they see 5 different white guys have the same company. I want to get this into music in Milwaukee. It's a couple of musicians that copied everything I did these last couple of years, right? I'm okay with it because my plan is the plan that works, and I truly believe that. My thing is, acknowledge it, G. Acknowledge what you're doing. And they won't ever do that because it's ego. And they think they could get away with it. But my thing is, God is real. Consequences are real. People in my life that have done shit in his last couple of years are seeing that now. Like, God is real. For real, for real. So that's the thing. I'm so tired of these fraternity and sorority and elite privileged level black people telling us what's going on when they have no actual clue what's happening on the ground. These people are so disconnected from society. It was an interview with Charleston White and Lil Yachty. And Lil Yachty said, well, it's the internet. Can't they just, like, it's opportunity everywhere. And Charleston White said, he said, how long you been rich? He said, like, 8 years. He's like, oh, yeah, you way disconnected. These kids have nothing. Y'all don't see kids playing outside more and more and more and more and more now, which is a great thing. I'm cool with it. And it's going to have benefits in the long run. But what does that really tell you? Like, during COVID, black culture, they gave us a shit ton of money, right? It's gone now. We're poor. Black people in general are poor. You may not be. You may want to flex for the Facebook and show off for the people like, oh, yeah, I got A, B, C, and D. Nigga, that shit don't matter, bro. When the rest of our people is fucking starving, you look like an asshole flashing. That's why niggas get robbed. That's why shit happen to people in the hood. That's why I can still live in the hood. And like I said, anybody can get touched. But I don't go flashing and wearing shit. And I also don't have a whole bunch of money. And every dime that I literally get, I give back. I would never usually do this, but this is something I want to put on record for a lot of these Milwaukee niggas that just talk about shit. I've gave money to so many different people and places and stuff when I was dead fucking broke. Ask my mama and them. I was dead fucking broke. Didn't ask nobody for nothing. Figured out a fucking way to make it work. Figured out a fucking way to make this shit work. And I got the nerve of motherfuckers that had everything literally handed to them. I got no connections in music. I met Yo Dot for reaching out for a feature. And when he gave his price, I cashed out him the bread immediately on a respect thing. And then we formed a friendship from there. Like, none of these niggas in music fuck with me. Why? Because I'm better than all of them niggas, and I worked harder than all of them niggas. And you can think that it's like ego talking right now. No, I do this shit every single fucking day. 7 years straight. Every day. I deserve where I'm at right now, nigga. That's why I talk like I talk. I'm not sitting here on some meek, humble shit. No, I'm cold as fuck at what I do, nigga. Come here, let me prove it. Prove it. I'll prove it. I'm one of the best engineers, one of the best producers in this fucking city. And lyrically can't nobody fuck with me, probably besides Dot. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, we have a group of people that are just been placed somewhere and placed in this category that don't really have skills or none of that shit. And I'm not just talking about music. I'm talking about in this city as a fucking whole, bro. It's so many people in positions that they're not supposed to be in. And everybody wants to ride them coattails, so they're not saying it, and they fucking it up for everybody else. Am I angry about it? Kinda. I'm a little frustrated, though, because I read them stats, and that means shit to me, man. Them is my people that's struggling. Them is my young dogs. Them is my little cousins, little sisters. Them is my people that's fucked up. And then we have people come on the news and on YouTube and shit and talk about like everything good and like, oh no, what are y'all fucking living in? Where are y'all at? They're replacing black people. The stats show it too. So what do y'all got to say about this shit? I want a comment, and you know what? They so scared and pussy that none of these academics will ever have a real discussion because it goes against their ideology to have a discussion with other person because they're fucking dumb. I'm so tired of academics, bro. And I am an academic myself, and I'm so fucking tired of y'all. Get in reality. My last 3 shows I've said, wake up, wake up, wake up. Why am I so animated about this? Only way the U.S. can lose a war, right, is if we have a 3-front war. This has been so many studies done with China and Russia. Everybody has done. The U.S. has run war games on this shit. We have a war in Venezuela about to pop off. We have a war in the Middle East pop off. We have a war in Ukraine. We have a war in the East China Sea over for Taiwan. And they gonna send black kids that's poor to go fight that shit. So I'm okay with the little niggas doing what they doing right now. I'm okay with these thug niggas doing what they doing right now. Why? Because they getting training that they won't get from them people. To go over there and survive back. We're living in the time that our parents, when they were kids, when these motherfuckers they went to war and never came back, that's what we about to live through. And all y'all little brothers and all y'all little cousins is gonna be over there. And it's because y'all. It's because of who y'all voted for. It's because of who y'all choose to put y'all faith in without doing any fucking research. So when your cousins is gone and when all this shit really get real, blame your fucking self. It's Kenny Cams. I'm out. It's The Black Show.